Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 100 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. This is going to be a watch party of the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. As always, I'm very excited for this one. I'm just right now pulling up the game. Let me look. What channel are they on? FS1. Okay. Just real quick, pulling up the game right now. All right. But as always, I'm very excited for this one. Again, this is going to be watch party of the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And then later today, we will have a watch party at 2 p.m. my time between the number 1 ranked Houston Cougars and number 22 ranked Auburn Tigers. So I'm very excited for that one, as always. So two very good matchups today, as always. I was supposed to do a watch party for the Baylor Bears game. Not last night, but the night before. I ended up not doing it only because by the time I got up here to do stuff, I realized it was already 8 p.m. It was already past 8 p.m. It was already 8 p.m. I got up here and I realized I still had one more reaction to do on my reaction channel. And then by the time I was done with that, it was already almost like 8:20. So I was already gonna be like 20 minutes late to the game as it was. And for those that don't know, I've already been late to one game for these watch parties, and I'm like, I don't really want to be late again, so I just figured not to do it. Plus, also, it was kind of late. It was 8 p.m. the start time, my time. But yeah, as always, I'm very excited. Let me answer this. Here we go. Looks like game's going on. Yeah, Bruce Thornton for Ohio State. He is not gonna lie. He might actually be my favorite player on the Ohio State team. Actually, just because he's doing excellent this season. Bruce Thornton, John Mobley Jr., Devin Royal, Brandon Noel, and Christoph Tilley is your starting five for Ohio State today against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Micah Shrewsbury, second season as the Fighting Irish's head coach. And the Ohio State's head coach, Jake Diebler, third season as the Buckeyes head coach. Already. Has a career record of 28 wins, 18 losses. Here we go. We're about to tip, and the tip is up, and Ohio State will win the tip. John Mobley Jr. with the basketball to start things off. This game is being played in Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. A two-pointer is missed, and Notre Dame with the defensive rebound. Notre Dame passing the ball around, looking for an open shot. Two-pointer off the mark. Ohio State defensive rebound. Ohio State. And that is a turnover on Ohio State. Good defense by Notre Dame. Irish basketball. No score so far. Clock is under review right now. So okay, here we go. We're playing again. Two-pointer off the mark. Ohio State with the ball. I was about to say that's a travel. Travel on the Buckeyes is Irish ball. So if we look at the top 25 scores for men's college basketball today, of course, at 2 p.m. Central Time on ESPN, three-pointer is good for Notre Dame. They lead 3-0. Three-pointer Ohio State is drained. We're tied up 3-3. Anyways, 2 p.m. Central Time on ESPN, 1 ranked Houston against 22 ranked Auburn. 4:30 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Central Time Big Ten Network. Akron takes on 2 ranked Purdue. 7:30 p.m. Central Time ESPN. Miami takes on 10 ranked Florida. Notre Dame looking for a shot. And good defense there by Ohio State gets the steal. For three is off. Bruce Norton off the mark. Still tied 3-3. Irish has the ball. Foul call for the travel on the Irish. All right, let's switch to Division One and let's look at 4:56 to go in the first half. I mean, it's Appalachian State 33-24 over Dartmouth. We'll look at the rest when they go commercial break. That is out of bounds, but off of Notre Dame, so it'll stay Ohio State basketball. And that's a shot clock violation on the Buckeyes. Notre Dame basketball turnover. So the announcers were just mentioning this is the actually first high like as far as I guess Notre Dame for three off the mark. Offensive rebound. for 2 is off the mark. Ohio State defensive rebound. As far as like playing like very high, uh, like playing very good teams. This is the first for both. Royal for 3. Ohio State leads 6-3. 16 minutes to go in the first half. Because so far, Ohio State has floater is good. It's now 6-5. Ohio State. Another 3 by Ohio State is off the mark, and defensive rebound Notre Dame. So far, Ohio State's 3 games have been against IUND, Purdue, Fort Wayne, and Appalachian State. And as far as Notre Dame goes, so far they played Long Island. So far they've played easy teams like Long Island, Detroit, Mercy, Eastern Illinois. So, yeah. Their next game is going to be against Bellarmine at home at 6 p.m. Central Time on the ACC Extra channel on the 19th. And then Ohio State. Next game after this one will be at 7 p.m. Central Time on the Big Ten Network on the 20th against Western Michigan at home. 6-0 run for the Fighting Irish. They lead 9-6 and a 2-pointer. Now a 9-0 run. They lead now 11-6. 8-0 scoring run in the last minute and a half for the Fighting Irish. Ohio State basketball. Notre Dame's playing good defense right now. I'm not gonna lie. Ohio State for 2 is off the mark, but the whistle, and they're gonna take a timeout and commercial break here. Notre Dame with a good start to the game, lead 11-6 over the Ohio State Buckeyes with 14 minutes 10 seconds to go in the first half. All right, let's look at some scores for NCAA men's college basketball Division One. The whole. All right, so again, 3:23 to go in the first half. It's Appalachian State 37-29 over Dartmouth. 4:58 to go in the first half. It's 22-21 UMBC over Wagner. 1:56 left in the first half. It's Kent State losing to Wright. Well, now Kent State leads 31-30 over Wright State. 15:35 to go in the first half. White State leads Kentucky Christian College 15-0. Notre Dame, of course, Ohio State leads 11-6. Coming up at 12 p.m. Central Time on ESPN, here coming up in about 20 minutes actually, is Stetson versus Western Carolina. In 20 minutes on ESPN Plus is also Cumberland, Kentucky versus Northern Kentucky. Also ESPN Plus, Bryant versus Valparaiso. Hampton versus Holy Cross. Coming up at 1 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, South Florida against Kennesaw State. Stanford versus Central Arkansas. Quinnipiac against Maine. Loyola Maryland against Fairfield. UMass Lowell against Wake Forest. Charlotte versus Virginia Tech. Texas A&M Corpus Christi against Oklahoma State. Central Connecticut against Massachusetts. Western Michigan against South Dakota. Radford and Cleveland State for the Greenbrier Tip-Off River Division at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. At 2 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, the Tennessee State takes on Western Kentucky. 3 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, Loras takes on Southern Indiana. Presbyterian takes on Sacramento State. Lindenwood takes on Alabama A&M. Manhattanville takes on Fordham. Coming up at 4 p.m. Central Time on ESPN is UNLV versus Memphis. ESPN Plus, Colorado State versus Loyola Chicago. Harvard versus Marist. Incarnate Word, I can't speak, take on Indiana. 5 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, the Mount St. Mary's take on Cincinnati. ESPN Plus at 6 p.m. Central Time, Illinois State takes on Long Beach State. 6:30 p.m. Central Time, ESPN Akron takes on 2-ranked Purdue. Cal State Northridge takes on Troy at ESPN Plus at 7 p.m. Central Time. And of course, 7:30 p.m. Central Time at ESPN Plus is 10-ranked Florida versus Miami. 2 Florida teams actually taking on each other, so that should be a pretty good game. 11-8. Ohio State just got to 11-8. Notre Dame, 14 minutes to go in the first half. 2-pointer for Notre Dame is good. It's now at 13-8. Bruce Thornton passes. For 3 is off the mark. Notre Dame defensive rebound. Two-pointers now 15-8 Notre Dame. Under 13 minutes left in the first half. Ohio State for 2 is good. 15-10. 5-point game. All right, Marcus Burton at the free throw line for Notre Dame makes the first one. It's now 16-10. All right. Those NFL scores today, coming up at 12 p.m. Central Time on Fox, is the Texans versus Titans. Last free throw is made. Yours 2 for 3 at the line, 17-10. So coming up at 12 p.m. Central Time on Fox is the Texans versus Titans and Panthers versus Falcons. On CBS at 12 p.m. Central Time is the Buccaneers versus Bills. On Fox at 12 p.m. Central Time is the Bears versus Vikings, Packers versus Giants. On CBS at 12 p.m. Central Time is the Bengals versus Steelers, Chargers versus Jaguars. Back on Fox at 3:05 p.m. Central Time is the Seahawks versus Rams, 49ers versus Cardinals. On CBS at 3:25 p.m. Central Time is the Ravens versus Browns, Chiefs versus Broncos. On NBC NBC/Peacock at 7:20 p.m. Central Time tonight is the Eagles versus Lions. The games that have already happened is earlier this morning for the NFL Madrid game. The Dolphins beat the Commanders in overtime 16-13. That's in Madrid, Spain. So that was early this morning. My time. Thursday, November 13th, Thursday night football. The Patriots beat the Jets 27-14. Coming up tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, 7:15 p.m. Central Time, ABC/ESPN. The Raiders take on the Cowboys. The bye week teams for this week are the Colts and the Saints. NBA scores. 19-10. 2-point for Notre Dame. Now 19-10. Coming up at 1:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. Central Time is the Clippers versus Celtics. 3 p.m. Central Time, Kings versus Spurs. 5 p.m. Central Time, Nets versus Wizards. 6 p.m. Central Time, Magic versus Rockets. Warriors versus Pelicans. 6:30 p.m. Central Time, Trailblazers versus Mavericks. 7 p.m. Central Time, Hawks versus Suns. And Bulls versus Jazz. They're heading to a commercial break. They're on timeout. NHL scores. We're actually running through these pretty quickly, actually. ESPN Plus coming up at 4 p.m. Central Time is the Canucks against Lightning. 5 p.m. Central Time, ESPN Plus, Wild versus Golden Knights. Coming up at 6 p.m. Central Time, NHL Network, the Red Wings take on the Rangers. Coming up at 8 p.m. Central Time on ESPN Plus, the Islanders take on the Avalanche. The final score between the Penguins and Predators earlier today for the NHL Global Series game. Penguins beat Predators 4-0. Now let's look at some MLB stuff. So Hunter Brown, for those who know him, of course, one of the starting pitcher for the Astros, who definitely by far had probably the better season out of all the Astros pitchers, even bullpen pitchers, probably out of all of them, Brown probably definitely for sure, without a doubt, had the better season. Hunter Brown got won third place in the American League Cy Young. Tariq Skubal won the American League Cy Young, and I'll go over these these winners that won these awards. If I can find it. Awards, here we go. Alright, so all MLB team. So first, I'm just gonna read it, just for those who don't know what the All MLB team is. It says the annual All MLB team recognized this per MLB. The annual All MLB team recognized the best at each position from the 2025 season, with the Mariners and Phillies leading the leagues with 4 selections apiece across the first and second teams, while the Yankees and the World Series champion Dodgers that both had 3. So the first team for All MLB team was catcher. You got Cal Raleigh of the Seattle Mariners. First base, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. of the Blue Jays. Ketel Marte at second base for the Diamondbacks. From the Royals, you got shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. Third baseman Jose Ramirez for the Guardians. Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge. Mets outfielder Juan Soto. Mariners outfielder Julio Rodriguez. Dodgers DH Shohei Ohtani, Pirates Pirates starter Paul Skeens, Tigers starter Tariq Skubal, Red Sox starter Garrett Crochet, Dodgers starter Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Yankees starter Max Fried. And the two relief pitchers you got for Boston, Aroldis Chapman, and for the Phillies, you got Johan Duran. Johan Duran. All right, 9 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the first half. It is 19-10 Notre Dame over Ohio State. The Buckeyes have the ball right now. Buckeyes at fake three there. Right now, just passing it. And great defense by Notre Dame. They get the steal. 2-pointer is good. Notre Dame leads the Buckeyes 21-10. All right, and as far as the second All MLB team, at catcher, the Dodgers at Will Smith, ace first baseman Nick Kurtz, Brewers second baseman Bryce Terang, Blue Jays shortstop Bo Bichette, Rays at third baseman Junior Caminero, Yankees outfielder Cody Bellinger, Diamondbacks outfielder Corbin Carroll, Cubs outfielder Pete Crow Armstrong, Phillies at DH Kyle Schwarber, Phillies starting pitcher Christopher Sanchez, Brewers starting pitcher Freddie Peralta, Mariners starting pitcher Brian Wu, Philly starter Zach Wheeler, Astros starter Hunter Brown, Mets relief pitcher Edwin Diaz, and Mariners relief pitcher Andres Munoz. And that's a 2-pointer for Bruce Thornton. It's now 21-12. Notre Dame for 2 is good. They just don't stop. 23-12. 23-12. All right. Now let's look at rookie of the year. 2-pointer for the Buckeyes is now 23-14. Just over 8 minutes to go in the game. Bad job there by the Fighting Irish's offense. Great job by the Buckeyes defense. Bruce Thornton for 3 is cashed in 23-17. Notre Dame has the ball. A travel called on Notre Dame. I think that was a travel, at least. I don't know. Timeout called. They're going to take another commercial break. Ohio State is on a little scoring run right now. They're only down 23-17 against the Notre Dame Fighting Irish with 7:38 to go in the first half. All right. So this was per Martin Gallegos of MLB.com. It says Nick Kurtz from the A's began his first full professional season at AAA Las Vegas, debuted in the big leagues on April 23rd, and went 16 major league games before hitting his first home run on May 13th. By the end of it, he was named the 2025 American League Jackie Robinson Rookie of the Year. In a final tally that was not expected to be all that close, Kurtz was the unanimous winner, totaling 210 points at 30 first-place votes to beat out fellow Athletics teammate Jacob Wilson, 107 total points, and Red Sox outfielder Roman Anthony, who had 72 total points. As announced on the MLB Network, he is the 14th player to win the AL award unanimously. Now, let's move over to that was the AL Rookie of the Year. This is the NL Rookie of the Year. This is per Mark Bowman of MLB.com. It says Atlanta Drake Baldwin from the Braves can now proudly say he is one of just three catchers over the past 3+ decades to be named Rookie of the Year in either the National or American League. Baldwin was named the 2025 Jackie Robinson NL Rookie of the Year via MLB Network's live announcement on Monday night. He is the 10th Braves player to receive the honor. The only other franchises with at least 10 Rookie of the Year winners are the Dodgers with 18 and Yankees with 10. So now let's do AL Manager of the Year. This one was kind of interesting, and I feel like in a way kind of wrong. But this is per Anthony Castrovent of MLB.com. It says Manager of the Year is a prize generally based on a prediction. The voting members of the Baseball Writers Association of America has traditionally bestowed the honor um, upon skippers of squads who defy preseason prognostication and exceed the expectations of the very writers casting the ballots. That's why there have been very few repeat winners of the honor. Once you win, you're expected to win. It's pretty hard to exceed expectations in consecutive seasons. So, what the Guardians' Stephen Vogt and the Brewers' Pat Murphy accomplished with the acclaim that they received from the BBWAA and Manager of the Year results revealed Tuesday night on MLB Network was really rare. Not only did these two central champs double the all-time number of managers to win the award in back-to-back years, but they both done it in their first two full seasons on the job, an unprecedented achievement. Now, see, the problem I have here is that Stephen Vogt and the Guardians got eliminated in the postseason the very first round. They didn't even make it past anything else. They didn't even make it past the first round. The Blue Jays, however, John Schneider for the Blue Jays took the Blue Jays all the way from, if you think about it, going all the way back to spring training, who no one expected the Blue Jays to really do anything. What I mean by that is they definitely didn't expect them to go to the World Series at least. John Schneider took the Blue Jays and went all the way to number one, got them to the postseason for the first time in, I believe it was 23, 24 years, something like that. And not only that, but got them to the World Series. So I don't know. I feel like in a way that's rigged, but that's personally my opinion. Anthony Castrovent of MLB.com. Manager of the Year is a prize generally based on prediction. Pat Murphy for the Brewers won NL Rookie of the Year, which that's fine. I That's actually fine to me personally, just because Pat Murphy won. Pat Murphy actually, the Brewers were the best team in the National League, so I'm actually fine with that. Um, Nice shot. 2-point Ohio State. Notre Dame is now 25-20. 6 minutes and 15 to go in the first half. Ohio State ball for three. Bruce Thornton off the mark. Notre Dame defensive rebound. Notre Dame for two is in and out. Ohio State defensive rebound. Falcon, Notre Dame, it looks like. So Bruce Thornton, it looks like we'll go to the free throw line for the Buckeyes. All right. Hank Aaron Award. Judge and Otani repeat as Hank Aaron Award winners. Each regular season, the Hank Aaron, well, first off, let me say Theo DeRosa, per Theo DeRosa of MLB.com, it says each regular season that the Hank Aaron Award honors the best offensive performer in the American and the National League in 2025. Two of MLB's brightest stars claimed the prestigious accolade after seasons worthy of its Hall of Fame namesake. Fresh off winning AL and NL Most Valuable Player awards, Yankees outfielder Aaron Judge and Dodgers designated hitter Shohei Ohtani claimed the 2025 Hank Aaron Awards during Thursday's MLB Awards show presented by MGM Rewards. It was a back-to-back victory and third win overall for both sluggers. Ohtani has now won three straight, one in the AL and two in the NL, while Judge has won in three of the past 4 years, interrupted only by Ohtani. So, Roberto Clemente Award. This is per Sona Chen of MLB.com. It says that Los Angeles, for as long as Mookie Betts has been a Dodger, he had tried to find ways to make an impact off the field. Betts and his wife, Brianna, had already been involved in community work when they were in Boston, but following Betts' trade to LA ahead of the 2020 season, they had a brand new city to get to know. It started at small with oh my gosh, it keeps oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I lost where I was. It started small with gestures to help homeless people near where they lived. I remember many nights me quote unquote, I remember many nights me and Bree going to drop off food, but nobody knew. That said, quote unquote, we are not doing that for press or anything, but I just remember that was kind of the beginning of us getting involved in the community. So that's one. All right, so as far as Gold Glove awards, so it's now 26-22, Notre Dame of Ohio State, 4:50 to go in the first half. So as far as AL Gold Gloves winners, we got for the Tigers, their catcher. For catcher, we got Tigers Dylan Dingler. First base, we got Blue Jays Ty France. Second base, we got Rangers Marcus Simeon. For third base, we got Royals Michael Garcia. Shortstop, we got Royals Bobby Witt Jr. Left field, Guardians Stephen Kwan. Center field, Red Sox Cedane Raphael. Right field, Red Sox Wilyer Abreu. Pitcher, Yankees Max Fried. Utility player, Astros Mauricio Dubon. As far as team, like overall Gold Glove winning team, the Texas Rangers. Platinum Glove winner, Bobby Witt Jr. National League Gold Glove winners. Catcher, Giants Patrick Bailey. First base, Braves Matt Olson. Second base, Cubs Nico Horner. Third base, Reds Key Brian Hayes. I didn't even know he was on the Reds now. Shortstop, Cardinals Mason Wynn. I thought he was still in the Pirates. Left field, Cubs Ian Happ. Center field, Cubs P. Crow Armstrong. Right field, Padres Fernando Tatis Jr. Pitcher, Giants Logan Webb. Marlins utility player Javier Sanoja. won utility player, and overall teams Cups. Platinum Glove, Fernando Tatis Jr. Now we're getting into the Silver Slugger Awards. For American League, you got Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh, Athletics first baseman Nick Kurtz, second base Yankees Jazz Chisholm Jr., Guardians third base Jose Ramirez, shortstop Bobby Wood Jr. for the Royals, outfielder Yankees Aaron Judge, Twins outfielder Byron Buxton, Tigers outfielder Riley Green, Blue Jays DH George Springer, and Tigers utility player Zach McKinstry. Team Yankees. Um, oh, not that. As far as the National League, Rockies catcher Hunter Goodman, Mets first baseman Pete Alonso, D-backs second baseman Ketel Marte, Padres third baseman Manny Machado, D-backs shortstop Geraldo Perdomo, Mets outfielder Juan Soto, D-backs outfielder Corbin Carroll, Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker, DH Dodgers Shohei Ohtani, utility player Cardinals player Alec Burleson. Team Dodgers, obviously. Makes sense. Outstanding DH award goes to Shohei Ohtani. Now I'm not even going to read anything. I'm just going to read the winners now. They're heading to a commercial break. It is 28, I think it said 28-24 Notre Dame over Ohio State. But no. So let me mute this. All right. All right. So comeback. AL and NL comeback players of the year award. The winners for those for the AL was the Rangers starter Jacob deGrom, and for the Braves was Ronald Acuna. Was their outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. Relievers of the year. For the American League, it was hold on, I'm trying to find it. For the AL, you got Aroldis Chapman, and for the NL, you got Edwin Diaz. Executive of the year. Executive of the year. Oh, and let me also make it clear because I think I still need to announce. So, per Jared Greenspan of MLB.com for the comeback players of the year article. Outstanding designated hitter Theo DeRosa per him for the outstanding DH award. Article for reliever of the year is Jared Greenspan for the reliever of the year award article. And now let's go to executive of the year. Per Adam McCalvey and Mark Feinstein of MLB.com. Hope I'm saying that right. It says, so Matt Arnold won executive of the year award. So hold on, guys. Let me answer this real quick. Oops. Right, right. Sounds right. 28-24. Notre Dame over Ohio State. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Notre Dame basketball. Four two is good. Notre Dame leads 30-24. And that's a 2-pointer for Notre Dame, 32-26. 147 to go in the first half. It's 32-26. Notre Dame Fighting Irish over Ohio State Buckeyes. Muhammad for three is off the mark. Contact, contact, and a foul on looks like the Buckeyes. 'Muhammad missed the free throw a minute 20 to go in the first half, 32-26, Notre Dame over Ohio State. Reminder, we still have a watch party to go after this game coming up at 2 p.m. Central Time is the Houston one-ranked Houston Cougars versus 22-ranked Auburn Tigers. Ohio State for three is off the mark. Defensive rebound Notre Dame. That watch party might honestly cross over with this one, honestly. Like we may just have to rename this one to Houston versus Auburn. Um, then of course, um, and then of course after this game would be done, we would just quickly end this stream and then do another stream for the Houston one. So mm, now I can agree with that. The announcers just mentioned This really is the most greatest time of the year. You get so many great basketball games. 40.1 to go here in the first half. 34-28 Notre Dame over Ohio State. Buckeyes at the free throw line made the first one, I'm pretty sure. Now the second one is made, so it's now 34-29. 40 seconds left in the first half. Took an extra step. Travel by Notre Dame. It will be a turnover. Buckeyes ball. Timeout on the floor. 31 seconds left in the first half. 34-29. Fighting Irish over Buckeyes. 24 points in the paint today for Notre Dame and only 6 so far for Ohio State. Bench points. Notre Dame has 14. Ohio State only has 2. Buckeyes with the ball. 25 seconds left. Shot clock at 20. I just said, I believe, 3 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ohio State, Bruce Thornton for 2 is good. 34-31. 2 seconds left. A timeout called and taken by the Fighting Irish. 2 is no good. Notre Dame, one possession game at halftime, 34-31. Notre Dame leads Ohio State at halftime by 3. Knew this was gonna be a close game. I called it. I called it. Well, because they actually, well, because they mentioned at the beginning of the game, but like before it started, they mentioned how um these were the two best offenses in the country right now going into today. So no wonder. Alright, let's take a look at whoops, excuse me. Alright, some tell me we are gonna do are gonna have a crossover between between, Houston the Houston games. I'm just gonna do it. Go ahead. Versus Auburn. Buckeyes fighting Irish. No, I can't do that. So you can notice easily, but for those who have not noticed, we upgraded our whole entire studio and our lighting. Alright, they're about to start the second half here. I'll be right back, guys. Chris of Tilly just went 2 for 2. Sorry, just went 1 for 2 at the line for Ohio State. It's now 34-32, a 2-point game. Through the first minute of the second half. Missed 2-pointer there by the Fighting Irish. It's a defensive rebound now for Ohio State. Bruce Thornton has the ball. And they still have it. For 2 is off the mark. Defensive rebound, Notre Dame. Notre Dame passing it around. For 2 is good. 36-32. 18 minutes left. 2 minutes through second half now. 2-pointer for the Buckeyes. 36-34. 2-point game again. She was buried for 3. Drains it. 3-pointer for Notre Dame. They now lead 39-34 over the Buckeyes. Sorry. Foul called on Notre Dame, I think. And that's loose ball. Out of bounds. Turnover. Notre Dame basketball. Off the hands, apparently, off the hands of Ohio State. Notre Dame basketball. Shrewsbury passes. Burden for two is good, plus the foul. 41-34 Notre Dame, plus the foul. Burden will head to the free throw line for a chance at 3-point play. $16:42 left in the game. It's 41-34 Notre Dame over Ohio State. And the foul. Man, 44-37, Notre Dame over Ohio State, 15:53 to go in the second half in the game. Plus the foul, so Notre Dame will get a chance to go to the line for a 3-point play again. And that's a travel on the Buckeyes. "14 minutes left in the second half in the game. 44-42, Notre Dame over Ohio State." 2 Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. We're still contact on Ohio State. Notre Dame ball. 3-pointer off the mark. Foul call on Notre Dame. Ohio State ball. All right. All right. So looking at NFL scoreboard, right now it's 7-6 Steelers over Bengals. 8:14 to go in the second quarter. Buccaneers over Bills. 17-14. No, 5:37 to go in the second quarter. 4:05 to go in the second quarter. 14-7 Falcons over Panthers. Giants over Packers 7-6 at 9:36 to go in the second quarter. 5:36 to go in the second quarter. 3-0 at Vikings over Bears. 3:37 to go in the second quarter. It's 14-6 Jaguars over Chargers. Of course, we mentioned the NFL Madrid game in Madrid, Spain. 16-13 Dolphins beat the Commanders in overtime. Um, for those who want to see see Kansas, at the next game is on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Time on ESPN. 25 ranked Kansas takes on 4 ranked Duke. Should be a good game. Should be a pretty good game. Kansas right now 3-1. Duke is 4-0. Let's see what that one loss is for Kansas. It's against North Carolina. So, Kansas, excuse me, Kansas won their first game against Green Bay, 94-51, lost. Then after that, lost to 25 ranked North Carolina in North Carolina, 87-74. Green Bay was at home. They beat Texas A&M Corpus Christi 77-46 at home. In Kansas, they beat Princeton at home in Kansas 76-57. And now the next game is on Tuesday against Duke. And as far as Duke goes, they won all 4 straight games. So for their first 4 games, they beat Texas 75-60 in their first game at home. At home against Western Carolina, they won 95-54. They won against Army at Army 114-59, and then they beat Indiana State at home 100-62. Now the next game is, of course, this Tuesday against 25 ranked Kansas. $11:22 left in the game. It's 46-44 Fighting Irish over Buckeyes. Garrett Sundra for Notre Dame has 5 points and 3 fouls so far. I'm going to guess that's maybe in the game, maybe. Notre Dame has 3 timeouts and 6 fouls remaining in the game. Ohio State has 2 timeouts and 4 fouls remaining. Both teams come into this game with 3 wins and no losses. Both teams are undefeated, so whoever wins will not only become 4-0, will start off the season on a 4-game winning streak, but would also give the other team their first loss of the season. Whether that's Ohio State or Notre Dame that gets the win. $11 minutes to go in the game. Christoph Tilley at the free throw line for Ohio State makes the first one, 46-45. He makes this one, they'll be all tied up 46-46. And that's a made free throw. We're all tied at 46 apiece. 11 minutes left in this game. Notre Dame for 3 is off the mark. Ohio State. That's out of bounds. Last touch by Notre Dame. So possession arrow heads for Ohio State basketball. I'll be right back, guys. I'm actually going to wait for them to go on commercial break. 10 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the game. Well tied up 46-46 between Notre Dame and Ohio State. Notre Dame is taking a timeout. That puts them now at 2 timeouts remaining in the game. They have 7 fouls, tied with Ohio State, who also has 2 timeouts left in the game, but has 4 fouls. Notre Dame is what looks like they're challenging the out of bounds call that just happened. With the possession arrow favored Ohio State, looks like they're challenging that call. I don't know. Might be Ohio State. I'm gonna say Ohio State ball because I want to say Harrelson. I think Harrelson on Notre Dame. I think he kicked it. I think his foot was the last thing to touch his foot or, like, his leg was the last thing to touch the basketball. So I think it's Buckeye ball. It'll be Notre Dame ball. Never mind. Overturned it, shockingly. So it's Fighting Irish ball instead. Notre Dame has only made one of their last 7 field goals. So it's not looking promising, is basically what that's saying. Alright, Notre Dame looking for an open shot. And a travel call, so it didn't even matter. They still turned over the ball. It's Ohio State basketball. Shut it on our shepherd and slippers. That's good. Yes. Can do that. Yeah. For 3 is good. Notre Dame leads 49-48 over Ohio State. They take the lead back by 1. And a 2-pointer for Ohio State plus the foul. They get a chance for a 3-point play. They get the lead though, 50-49. They can make it 51-49 here. Notre Dame returns with a slam. They lead again, 51-50. Ohio State missed that free though, so now 51-50. Instead of them being tied, they're now down again by one. Again, this game is just absolutely insane. It's just insanely close. What the announcer just said, this turned into a bar burn. This is a close game, without a doubt. And I knew it was going to be just because these are, again, what the announcers mentioned right before this game even started, two of pretty much the best offenses in the country right now, Ohio State and Notre Dame. So, I mean, it was meant to be a close game. It was meant to be a close game. Right, David. 8:23 to go in the game. It's 53-53. Tie game between the Fighting Irish and Buckeyes. Buckeyes ball. Bruce Thornton has it for Ohio State. Bruce Thornton with the ball. Passes it over to John Mobley Jr. Looks like passes it again. Passes it again to John Mobley Jr. Passes again to Bruce Thornton. For two is off the mark. And that's out of bounds off Notre Dame. So it'll stay Ohio State basketball. Timeout taken here, and they'll take another commercial break. 7:58 to go in the game, tied 53-53 still between Notre Dame and Ohio State. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go refill my drink. All right. All right. 7:58 to go in the game. 53-53 tie game. Ohio State for two. For three is off the mark, but a foul on Ohio State on Notre Dame. Man, I can't talk. Foul on Notre Dame. So that will be free throws at the free throw line for the Buckeyes. Chance, two free throws at the line for the Buckeyes. Chance to grab the lead. Makes that one. They get the lead 54-53. They make this. It'll be 55. There's 2-4-2 at the line. 55-53 now. Whew, tight game. And honestly, this may be the same for Houston and Auburn, just because they're just as even as these two teams are, as far as love, in my opinion. All right, Notre Dame with the ball. Hines to Muhammad. How do you say that? For two, but a travel call on the Fighting Irish, so that'll be a turnover. Ohio State basketball again. Buckeyes are looking for two possession lead. Um, the first, I think they said the first two possession lead of the game, I believe. Tilly for two, but they call it physical on Notre Dame. It looks like, I think, yeah, physical on Notre Dame. So that'll be free throws for Christoph Tilly. Makes the first one, it's 56-53. If he makes this one, you will make you will give Ohio State again, I'm pretty sure their first two possession game of the entire game. Ohio State up by two possessions now, 57-53. 7 minutes left in the game. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually interested. Ohio State, Notre Dame for three off the mark. Foul. Tilly called for the foul, so Notre Dame will head to the line. What I was about to say was, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually interested now, actually, to see how this game turns out to be in the end, just because of how close it is. But friendly reminder: 57-53 Buckeyes over Fighting Irish. 6 minutes 57 seconds to go in the game. Misses that big time and goes out of bounds. um, and they needed that one badly, and they missed it. And okay, sure. All right, all right. 640. Bruce Thornton for two is good. Ohio State leads 59-53. Two possession game. They need they can get a 2 point. They can. And Notre Dame heads to the line again. This competition is no longer basketball. This competition is called who can make the most fouls. Which team can make the most fouls? Carson Touts at the free throw line for Notre Dame. Misses the first one. They keep missing it. They need these free throws badly. They can't, then they're most likely not going to win. Two timeouts in the game remaining for Ohio State. They have 8 fouls in the game. Notre Dame has no fouls. Or 8 fouls remaining in the game for Ohio State. Notre Dame has none. Notre Dame, though has 3 timeouts remaining somehow. Okay, next. Yeah. And that's a missed 2-pointer by Ohio State. Notre Dame for 2 is good, plus the foul. 59-55. And they get a chance to make it a 1-possession game here at the free throw line. He was hustling. He was. You guys couldn't see it, obviously, because I can't show the game um, for good reasons. But uh, but the well, you guys might be watching at home, but he was rushing. He was hustling down that line. He was hustling down that court like he was ticked. 5.5 minutes to go in the game. 59-56. Ohio State over Notre Dame. 1-possession game. 3-point lead for Ohio State. John Mobley Jr. with the ball. Passes it. They're playing the passing game, but Bruce Thornton now has it. Passes it down. Passes it down again. Passes it down again to Bruce Thornton. And for 3, deep 3 is off the mark. Notre Dame defensive rebound. And here we go again. 2-pointer is good. 59-58. Buckeyes, 1-point game. Oh my gosh. 1-point game. Muhammad was the one that made that 2-pointer. 59-58. Oh my gosh. And Notre Dame makes that free throw. It's now we're now tied 59-59. Tilly back in the game for the Buckeyes. Misses the last free throw there. We're still tied at 59. 4 minutes and 10 seconds, just over 4 minutes to go in this game. So I was wrong. I don't think this game is gonna cross over with the Houston game, just because it's only the game starts at 2 p.m. my time. It's only 1:30, and we're already 3 minutes and 40 seconds in the game. Sorry, we're only 3 minutes. We already only have 3 minutes and 3.5 minutes left in the game. So I don't think it's gonna cross over. So I can change that title. Basically, is what that means. 3 minutes 25 seconds until he is fouled. Timeout taken here. They'll take a commercial break. 62-59. The Buckeyes lead the Fighting Irish with 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the game. All right, let me real quick change this title. Let me real quick change this title. Change this title real quick. There we go. to wave a burn to the deck. 2:48 to go in the game. 62-59 Buckeyes over Fighting Irish. After these two watch parties I have, so of course I have the remainder of this one, and then after that I'm gonna at probably like 11:55 I will uh do another stream for the watch party for the Houston Cougars versus the one-ranked Houston Cougars versus 22-ranked Auburn Tigers. And then after that, I'm done because today's Sunday, so I don't have today's my day off as far as my reaction channel goes. So yeah, 2:48 to go in the game at 62-61 at Buckeyes over Notre Dame. Buckeye ball. Notre Dame just finished making 2 free throws. So we're back to a 1-point game. 2.5 to go in the game. Tilly hands off to Bruce Thornton. Knocked away out of bounds and off of Bruce Thornton. That will be Irish basketball. Irish basketball. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, guys. All right. A minute 50 to go in the game. 63-62, Notre Dame over Ohio State. Loose ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Buckeyes. We've been live now for 2 hours, 13 and a half minutes now. clock is under review right now. Notre Dame leads Ohio State still by 1 point, 63-62. Tilly for 3 for the lead off the mark. That was before the shot clock buzzed. Fighting Irish with the ball, up by 1 with 1:20 left. For 2 is off the mark. Buckeyes with the ball, with the defensive rebound. Officially 1 minute to go in the game. 1 minute. Ohio State for 2. Mobley off the mark, and that will be Irish basketball. Now they're going to try and basically just drain the clock as much as they can. Ohio State needs to foul. Ohio State needs to foul. They're not fouling. They need to foul here. They're not fouling. 35 seconds left. Burden for 2 off the mark. Buckeyes ball. Defensive rebound. Shot clock is off. Timeout, Ohio State. 23.8 to go in the game. Ohio State takes a timeout here. That will drain them to just 1 timeout left. The 23.8 to go in the game. They are in Notre Dame's side of the court, and they've taken a timeout here with them having the possession. This is insane. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually insane. I do a reaction channel, so my brain's like a radio station. That's what I call it. 24 for 50 in field goals for Notre Dame at Ohio State. 18 for 49. 3-point field goals. Notre Dame 3 for 9. Ohio State 7 for 23. 17 bench points for Notre Dame, 6 for Ohio State, 18 points in the paint for Ohio State, and 38 for Notre Dame. So ultimately, Notre Dame is actually having the better, actually has the better stats in this game so far than Ohio State. The way that the numbers look, it's an option. It's an option that Notre Dame might win this, but we'll see. 20 seconds left. Thornton trying to find a shot. Mobley passes it to Tilly for 2 is good. 2-pointer. 64-63. Notre Dame has no time. 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for 3 is off the mark. Buckeyes win. Buckeyes win. 64-63. Ohio State Buckeyes over Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Buckeyes will start the season 4-0 on a 4-game win streak, and they give Notre Dame their first loss of the season. They are now 3-1 on the season. As always, guys, that was very fun. As always, that was episode 100 of the Super Sam Sports Encore podcast. Watch party between the of the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We'll be back. I'm going to see you guys in a few here at 2:55. We'll go live for the watch party for the Houston Cougars, 1 ranked Houston Cougars versus 22 ranked Auburn Tigers. So with that being said, guys, take care. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace out, guys.